There we go. All right. All right. We're pretty much set. All right. So what I'm gonna do, bro, is I'll start it off and everything, so you guys will kind of be on the background, and then I'll bring you
That's fine.
in and do our thing. You know how we do. So,
Yep, I'm here.
all right. Here we go. All right, all right. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but we're back. We're ready to go. We got our special guest on here. But before we go to that, just wanted to kind of touch up on a couple of things real quick. Obviously, we just had the Vegas tournament. Unfortunately, I got a little sick right after. There's like this. I thought it was food poisoning, but I think it was just a stomach flu that's going around. So I was down for a little bit, but we have some awards that'll be coming up. Probably in our next live stream, we're gonna do some awards and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. Also, obviously, the next big tournament that we have is gonna be Paul's tournament out in Florida. It's his first one in Florida, so we're really excited, really looking forward to check that out. Before we go to Mr. Iannuzzi, we're gonna play a little something for our sponsor, and then we'll be back, and then we're gonna bring Mr. Iannuzzi and Mrs. Iannuzzi in and talk to them about the tournament. You have some questions, make sure you post them up. Now is the time to ask any questions that you have about the tournament, any questions you might have, leading into it and everything, and any questions you might have about Masters Boxing. So let's get this started. Here we go.
Were you expecting someone else?
All right, all right. Big shout out to Title Boxing and all those that support Masters Boxing. Here we are. We have Mr. Paul Iannuzzi and Jill Iannuzzi. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? There we are. There we are. We're good right there. How's everybody doing? How you guys doing?
We're doing wonderful, Manny. Good to see you.
All right, all right. Looks like you guys, are already in Florida enjoying things out there, huh?
You know, it's good to the body. It's very good to the body.
There you go. There you go. Well, listen, man. Definitely wanted to get you on here. We wanted we kind of got away from being able to do kind of our like little interviews and things like that. How when tournaments start coming up, we get busy and we don't
Crazy.
have time for a lot of these extra things. But some of these can be very helpful because I know there's some new people that have signed up for your tournament and for some of the other tournaments, and it's a good opportunity to be able to ask questions, hear from you guys and what you guys have planned, and kind of how the tournament's going to go. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the floor, sir, and why don't you give us a little bit about the tournament and what the plans are, and let us know.
So, first of all, I'm home, as you can tell. I apologize for the kids in the background and stuff like that. The cat going by.
All good, bro.
Uh, we
It's
just
all good.
we're home. And we just got a cat on like 4 days ago. It's been very exciting. So, but first of all, I want to say thank you, Manny, for everything that you do in the sport. Um, it is frustrating to be the leader that you are in this. I know at times people back out of tournaments. People maybe don't show as much appreciation as they should, maybe, because they don't understand the amount of hours, days, weeks, months of preparation that you squeeze into every event. Um, it boggles me because my tournaments are half the size of yours, and um, if you thought I had a drinking problem before, you should see me now. Uh, so, I got to say kudos to you, and thank you for being my emotional tampon that I can call once a month and cry to for 5 days.
I was gonna say it's not once a month.
So, but thank you for that. Um, with that being said, um, my wife and I have tried very hard for this tournament to make a different experience, a tropical island vibe. I know that as an older fighter, my joints appreciate the warmer weather.
Yeah.
Vegas is wonderful to all the boxers. That dry heat is wonderful. But I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted boxing in palm trees. And so the beach that is like powder, that's something that I had never seen before. And I wanted to bring that vibe to the thing. This event, economically, if I told you the numbers, what it cost me just to rent the center, have the ring, and then uh, the other particulars, you'd probably shoot me in the foot for being an idiot for doing this. But we're gonna be lucky if we break even, and I'm thrilled about that. We just, it's okay. Um, we never did this to make money on it. We always just did this because we love the fighters and love the experiences that we've had in the Masters division. So with that being said, um, we're going to do it small this year with 100 fighters at the most, because we're only going to have one ring. I want to be able to make sure that everything runs smoothly. And then every year we try to increase something in the tournament that makes it a little bit more special. The host hotel is a luxury, like resort type vibe.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful. Um, and the event where we're staying is, if you went out in the parking lot and drove a golf ball, you'd hit the water. So it's really nice. It's probably one of the nicest beaches I've ever been to, and I've traveled the world.
The sand looks like sugar and it's soft. It's just beautiful.
It does not taste like sugar. I had that moment.
I'm
No,
not
yeah.
surprised.
We've seen some of the video. We've seen some of the videos that you guys have posted. You know what I mean? Especially like when you first got the like the location and everything, and then
Sure.
the big scare of the hurricane that was coming your guys' way.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, so all that got past all that, you know what I mean? And
Hmm?
I think now it's just a matter of I think really it's just a matter of people, signing up and stuff. So
Yes.
before you go any
Well, the
further,
two things
bro.
that we had to just to let you know,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
two things is just that, you know, I love you like a brother. So like I talked to my wife, and I'm like, let's let Manny get through his event before we stop putting the hammer down on advertising for ours. The one thing that has always been reasonably well through the years is that the respect of other promoters for other events, you don't place your event or promote your event to dilute the memberships to other events. And
yeah.
it's been that brotherhood and unity and respect, and absolute respect of one another that you do, so you don't well, you just don't pee on the shoelaces of somebody else.
Yeah.
So,
I think.
but now it's time. Your event was a major success. I've read all the reviews; they're fantastic. Now it's time to bring your family down to Florida. Even if they didn't leave the
Yeah.
hotel, they're gonna have a great time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If you
No.
like to
Yeah.
fish, sun, boat. I mean, you can get a boat for like 12 people for like $700 and drive around and they serve you drinks for like 4 hours. I am just amazed at that. Okay. I'm just like, that's
All right,
fantastic.
before
All
you get
right.
into that, hold on.
Yeah.
So before you
Yep.
get into that, all right, let's do this because I want people to know where they can go, where they register, the
Sure.
process, and then on the website there's some things that are going to be happening. It says some of the things that are going to be happening, but I want you to
Yeah.
kind of go more
Walk you through
in
it.
detail with some of the things and
Sure.
whatnot. So give me one
So
second. Hold on.
take your time. Stanley,
I see the kitty.
All right, so
come
here
here.
we are on the website, right? So it's
Sure.
Rude Dog's Battle on the Beach.com, which I'll post the
Yep.
links up once we're done. We'll post the links up again. So this is what the website
Yep.
looks like once you reach the website. Okay, so then when you scroll down, it gives you a little bit of details of what to expect. Okay, where the venue is, the dates, the boxer fee, what's happening May 16th and what's happening May 17th and 18th, which the 17th and 18th are obviously the competition days. Gives you the weigh-in times, what times about are scheduled to start. Okay, and then right below that, then you have your registration. So make sure you fill out your registration, make your payment, and then you lock in your position, your spot. Again, remember Paul said there's only going to be 100 spots open. So obviously, I think he's probably about halfway there, if not more. So make sure
Yeah, a
that
little
you
more.
lock in your spot as soon as possible, because what happens is once one tournament ends, then people are excited and they want to register for the next tournament, and then it fills up really quick. And if you wait too long, you're gonna miss out the opportunity to compete in it. Okay. Um, so here we have some of the highlights, some of the things that'll be happening. Obviously, some of these things can change as things get closer. Things might change a little bit, but for the most part, we have the meet and greet with me personally, which is awesome.
That's
Warm
unbelievable.
Friends
We're
Yes.
chat.
excited to have you.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. For me, it's an opportunity to go out there and not being my tournament, being able to enjoy it a little bit more. And
Yeah.
don't get
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
wrong, I enjoy my tournaments, but my focus when it's your own tournament is everybody else. With this tournament, I can kind of really sit back and enjoy. Get to really talk to everybody and answer any questions they might have for me or anything like that. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be able to do something like that in
Much love.
and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that. There's a historic bridge street on
Oh yeah.
Anna
That's
Maria
fun.
Island.
Yep.
Live music, great seafood. Oh man, brother, I'm trying to
They
lose
have
weight. What are you doing to me?
they have this place where you get homemade ice cream.
Oh, the homemade ice cream.
Oh, and
So good.
homemade was it fudge?
It's
Oh, they make it right in front of you.
it's so good.
It's just great. You
Nice.
know. Yep.
Okay, and
And
then we have the Brenton River Walk.
The Bradenton
the
River.
Manitou
Yep.
Dolphin Tours.
Dolphin
So
tours.
here's the thing. So part of the reason why he has this list up is obviously we're older. You know, we're a little bit older, so we have, you know, some of us have families, some of us have, you know, kids and everything. So there's plenty of things for the family to do as well.
Mhm.
So make sure that you take a look at some of these things and take advantage of maybe using it as a vacation. You
Yep.
know, something like that. So enjoy it, enjoy the tournament, but also enjoy everything that comes with it, everything that's around it, and all that. You know what I mean? Um, they are there, so they can speak more on some of these things, like the nightly sunset cruise.
Oh
Um,
my God, that's amazing.
It's beautiful.
It's absolutely amazing, Manny. You know, I know you're from California, so you get that sunset into the ocean. Um, but you know, the west coast of Florida, you just sit there and watch it sink and just go night night, and it's just, you know, my wife and I, we sat down, we had a little bit of stuffed peppers, bottle of vino, and we sit on a blanket. Even if you don't want to go on the
yeah,
boat, and you can watch the same sunset come down, it's amazing. Um, the dolphins here are magical,
And the
and
manatee.
oh, the
yeah,
manatees, they're cool too. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I
yeah,
mean,
man.
there's
I'm
just
looking
things to
forward to
do,
it.
even if you don't want to spend any money.
Yeah,
There's you go
yeah.
to the
No, I
beach, and
mean,
the beaches are different.
yeah, and so, you know, you also have, you know, the tropical beaches of Anna Maria Island, rated
Uh
top
huh.
beaches in the world. So,
Yep.
you know, and I think, you know, if anyone's been to a beach, they can be a little bit different, especially once you get into the water, the warmness, the
Hmm.
look, the clearness, you know, all those type of things. So, so understand this is a little bit different type of beach than your regular.
Because there's no like real current, it goes into the
Yeah.
Gulf. Um,
It's calm.
it's calm. So
Soothing.
like you can walk out, you know, 100 feet, and
Hmm.
then it's finally over your head, and then you swim out 30 more feet, and then there's a sandbar, and it's at your waist again, and you stand down there, and you go underneath the water, and you find conch shells and
Sand dollars.
sand dollars and starfish, and it's just like wonderful.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
so
So,
warm.
so
We've
just
gone
know.
in at,
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say it's so warm. We've gone in at 11 o'clock in the morning and not gotten out till like 3:30.
yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. No, but so just know there's a list here of different things that you know, Paul and Jill have put together that can, you know, that are great out there and great for the family to do, and you know, just different things. The other thing is also, you know, he put what's the best airports to fly into.
Yes.
There's a Sarasota, which is about 20 minutes away, and then
Yep.
Tampa's approximately 45 minutes to an hour away.
And let me
And
explain
then,
something about that just quickly, though.
yeah,
There is a difference between like when you get an hour away, like when I'm from Boston to Boston Airport to like Brooklyn, Connecticut is an hour. It's a
yeah,
miserable hour. It's a miserable hour. The hour that you go from Tampa or the 45 minutes to Anna Marie Island, it's just beautiful, and it's just surrounded by water, and it's just amazing. Is it getting dark
yeah,
out here? Can you put this on? Joe? Yeah. So my wife's gonna turn the light on. It's getting dark over here. Um, so it's just amazing. Um, so you know, either airport, I personally would do. Thank you, Jim. Um, I would do Tampa if it's cheaper
yeah,
because
yeah. So,
the ride's not bad.
yeah, so
Oh,
I mean, I
you'll
yeah,
pass
go ahead.
over our Sunshine Skyway Bridge, which is absolutely beautiful if you come in from Tampa.
Yep.
It's one of our
Okay.
big landmarks.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, what I normally do is I check both airports and see what works best, you know,
Hmm.
financially and all that. So, you know, most people do that. It's, you know, most
Yeah.
events, the locations aren't right next door, you know,
Yeah.
so
Right. Right.
it's rare. sometimes it happens, but a lot of times, you do have to travel a little bit. But that's, once you get there, you're there.
Yeah.
And that's that. So it's not a big deal. So okay, so we have that. Let's talk a little bit about the boxing, what they're expecting, what
So
what you're out in
the
Florida.
greatest
It
thing
is
about
sanctioned
this
by
is
USA
that
Boxing.
yes, it is. It's sanctioned by USA Boxing, and um, Florida has been wonderful about promoting it. We have a lot of Floridian fighters coming, which is thrilling to me because we haven't had many in the past.
Right.
And then um, we got legends like Johnny Schultz coming down. Uh,
We haven't seen him in
we
a
haven't
while.
seen him in a while, yeah. So, and
Yeah.
we have obviously Tom Rosa and Sean McFadden, who haven't missed one of my events in 10 years, or 9 years, whatever it's been. So that's really really cool. But the fighting itself, we're gonna make sure that it's evenly matched. We spend just like yourself, Manny. The biggest concern is the safety of the fighters.
Right.
The safety of the fighters. So we got to make sure everyone is safe. Um, and we're gonna make sure that um, they're treated well. That when you come in, you have a spot for your bag, you have a spot for yourself. That you're just not gonna come in and be like, all right, I gotta find a folding chair and da da da. We're gonna treat you well. If you didn't bring a coach, we have a coach.
Hmm.
You didn't bring a headgear, we have headgear to sell you. You're missing a mouthpiece, you're missing a pair of shoes, whatever. We'll figure it out. If there are 10,000 problems, there's over 10 million solutions.
Yeah.
And so that's the way I
Yeah.
look at it. So,
Yeah.
we're here to have fun. It's going to be a safe event. But yes, we have some major talent. Rick Bobigan's coming. Um, the Australians are going to come. I think they're going to work on that whole thing we talked about.
Yeah.
We have, um, I think, that guy from England, I think, is still trying to get here. Let's see if he can do that. But my point being is this: we want it to be smooth, fun, and safe. And because it's only one ring, you will get your entrance song,
Yeah, I was gonna
and
touch on that a little
which
bit.
makes it fun.
I was gonna touch on that.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
so, so here's the thing: is a lot of times we get asked, okay, what's the best tournament to go to or whatever? You know what I mean? And here's the thing: here's what people have to realize: like each tournament is individual and it has its own uniqueness. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, for example, like one of the things that having a big tournament, one of the things that I don't like is that we don't have, like what you do, like the entry songs, and we can't do some of these things because there's other rings going on at the same time. You know what I mean? So there are some things like there's some things that I'm looking forward to seeing out there because you also do a great job of having the boxers feel welcome, feel like they're not there by themselves. You know what I mean? And
Well,
sometimes that's hard
thank
to
you for
do when you
touching upon
have.
that. We do something even when they come in on Friday night. We
Yeah.
do when you get to the hotel, you sign in, you weigh in, and then we do sexual awareness week where we give each fighter $100, and they have to go out and solicit and see who comes home with the most amount of money. No, that's
All
not
right,
true.
all right,
Wait a minute.
all right.
No, that's not. No, wait a minute. That was something else. That's no, that's another program I'm running. Sorry, no. What's that you doing? No, no. What it is actually is but they come in on Friday night, and after they weigh in, they know that they have a fight. It's no more of the, well, am I going to have a fight? Am I going to have a fight? They weigh in
Yeah.
at that point. We get them at least to settle down. We then do, which I'm really proud of, on that Friday night. You'll see, we go to the Tiki Hut, and Mandy, everybody hangs out there and
Yeah.
has a soda or whatever, and they talk to their opponent, and their nerves go down. And because it's such a small event, you can find your opponent. It's not like as you said, like, when you're in Vegas, you had what at one point 300 fighters, I think at one point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
which is I mean, I mean, it's amazing, it's incredible. But like if I wanted to find somebody, at least in this smaller tournament, you can
Right.
find your guy. You know,
Yeah.
it's, it's
Yeah.
all about just trying to make people feel welcome.
Absolutely, and that's what I tell people is that each tournament has its own unique things where like just enjoy it. Like you know what I'm saying, like
Right.
get there and enjoy everything. Like don't get so caught up into like oh
The
well there's
fight.
not this or the you know what I mean. Like just enjoy it. You do a great job of like you guys do a really great job of um, how you guys set up the tournament, how you make the boxers feel once they get there, and just putting them at ease is a big thing because for a lot of them, though you do have some that have some experience, but there's a lot that it's their first time or whatnot, and it can be nerve wracking, and that helps a lot. You know what I mean? That
Well, two
really
things
helps a lot.
I'm gonna say though, and this is something that I know that I differ with a lot of promoters, and I'm okay differing. Is this
Hmm.
one? Um, we do the sub novice to the novice to the open. That's the way we try to do it. We try to have
Right.
it so that way there's if a guy has one fight, he's not fighting the guy with 7 fights. That's the first thing. The second thing is this: I don't post the brackets until Friday night.
Right.
So don't ask me who you're fighting. I will tell you, you have a fight. Don't worry, you're not going to be overmatched. And that's it. The reason being, I call it the Jeff Cook rule. I had a guy who fought my tournament a couple of times. He was awesome, nice guy, really intelligent guy. He's a college professor down in North Carolina. I told him he was fighting John Smith on Sunday. John Smith did not show up, so I had him fight uh, Peter Jones. And Peter Jones had to leave on Sunday, so he had to fight on Saturday. He took a fit because he had to fight not only on the day that he thought he was going to fight on, but somebody else. But I'm like, the guy that you was fighting was 1-1. This guy's 0-1. This should help you. And he ended up fighting and he won, but he yelled at me for like an hour in the lobby. And he was an intimidating guy. All right. He looked like Lurch. I mean, he was just like really, really, strong looking. And
Yeah.
so that's why I'm going to tell people this. Yep, you got to fight. I know you don't. We'll find out the bracket that night because if it switches, I can't get yelled at. And you're going to say, well, you had me against this guy. And da, 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 da. And, I'm not doing that, you know? And,
Yeah.
you get some fighters that, like, I'll fight anybody as long as he's not a redhead, because I got picked on by a redhead, or as long as he's not a southpaw, or as long as he's, not from, Maine or whatever. You know what I mean? This way, it just eliminates all that. We all get the same disadvantage of knowing our opponent the night before.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Let's see. We have some people that are watching. Kai Piper from Germany is
Okay.
watching. We have. Let's see here. There was a question here. Let me see here. Uh, when is the event? I'd love to work this one. I think this is an official. I'm not sure. Um, it'll be posted. It's actually posted on the link to the live stream, but I'll post it again.
All right.
I'm signing up for this one. My kids will enjoy the beach. Cesar Rodriguez
Oh,
said.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
They
sure.
And use that hotel, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. So the
First of
hotel
all, I
link
know
is on the website.
it's a little bit more pricey than what, like, we normally would spend on one of these. But, like, your kids are going to, like, use the pool. They're going to fish right there. There's a bird reserve right across the street. You know, you're in paradise.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. For sure. So yeah, so anybody that has any questions right now, please post them up right now so we can get to the questions. And and then
I did get a question from a
anything that you
female
want
fighter.
to what's that?
I got a female who asked me a question today. She asked me, she's just like, well, when are you going to post the fighters? And I'm like, well, I'm not posting the fighters. Why? She goes, well, I want to see if there's somebody for me to fight. And I said, well, that's the problem. Is a lot of females, particularly, they not like Susan McNabb because she's like the first person to sign up as soon as you have the tournament. She's awesome. But a lot of females will wait to see who signs up before they sign up so they don't have a fight. They already have a small pool of people to start with. Sign up so that I can go out and try to get you a fight. And if I can't get you a fight within the last 3 weeks before the tournament, then I'll refund you your money and you're out nothing. You know? So,
Yeah.
but this thing is sign up. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. So everybody's waiting to see if they have a match or who signed up or whatever. The best thing to do is sign up because your opponent's probably doing the same thing. So you might have had a match, but both of you were waiting, and then nobody signed up. You know what I mean? So
Right.
unfortunately, that's kind of how it's been for a long time. So
The
so
logic
just make sure you
is
sign
not
up, and yeah, yeah. All right, let me see if there's any other questions. Again, anything that you guys want to add to it or anything like that. This is your guys' it's your guys' show, so you know, let us know. Let's see. Lloyd Wilkie says if you can confirm his registration. Maybe once we're offline, you might
Yeah.
want to send them an email or a message, and then they can they can confirm for you.
What I'm hoping to do um, is I plan on calling everybody the last week of March just to introduce myself. I call everybody in the tournament at least once or twice. The
Okay.
benefit of having a small tournament. I mean, you can't do when you have 300 people, but obviously when you have 100, my wife takes some, I take some, I take some. But we usually call everybody just to say, how's the weight looking? Are you injured? And most of all, did you get all the paperwork done? And and if they don't have the right paperwork, my wife will email them all the right stuff, and so that way they can do it. So you can tell him that I can verify. If he wants to text me at my phone number 941 812
I'll shoot him a
8866.
message, bro. I'll shoot him a message.
Yeah, and I can gladly go if he's really concerned, send it over to me and I'll look. But he can expect a phone call within the next 10 days.
Yeah, but I think he just wants to make sure that his registration went through. I think that's what he's trying to do. Oh, looks like they
Not
froze.
bad.
There we go.
Not bad.
There they are. Yeah, I think he just wants to make sure that his registration went through. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. I'll look it up. Let me know what the name is. I'll look it up.
Yeah. Okay. Ray Monso says, "What's up? What's going on?" Most of these are just kind of saying what's up. So, um,
Oh,
there's no real questions. I think. Well, I
good.
think kind of everything was pretty much explained. Um, but anything that you guys would like to kind of add on or finish up with or anything?
Well, the one thing I just want to say is once again, thank you, Manny, for all the help that you give everybody in the Masters community. I know that Masters 9 years ago took a huge dip because of ringside ending, and then you know, my wife and I had a little too much box wine one night. Decided that we were going to run a tournament. That was kind of fun. And then it's a true story, all right. And we had our first tournament, and shortly thereafter, you fouled up and came out with a mammoth tournament, and then another mammoth tournament. And, you know, I feel good to be a part of this. I'm not a major cog in the body of masters, but you know, it's. I feel like we've been here a decent amount of time, and when it went to hell, when Ringside said, we can't do this anymore because of the situation they had, um, I just really want to thank my wife for having enough courage at that time to follow me on this journey to do this crazy thing that we do.
I'm
So
glad we did because we have a blast doing it.
yeah,
No, yeah, yeah. I mean, at that time, it could have just ended. You know what I mean? So, it's it's something that we've talked about before. And when you look back, like once you start looking back, especially as the years pass, you know what I mean. It's important to point out some of these key moments that happened because if not, like a lot of this stuff wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? And
oh yeah,
I think there's this big misconception of making a whole bunch of money. Like I had the tournament. I had the tournament over in. I'll give you an example. I had the tournament over in New Orleans at the Orleans Hotel. So it was in a hotel this time, and I think it gave people the perception that more money was made, but actually there was less money made because it's more expensive. People don't realize all the expenses that go into putting these events. And again, like I've said for so long, unfortunately, we don't get a ton of sponsors, a ton of
no,
major sponsors that would help out with all the financial stuff. So a lot of the financials come out of pocket, or it comes out it comes out from the registration. So when people ask like why is the registration what it is, well, some of these things have to be paid somehow. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, because
Um,
here's the thing, Manny, is this: I love my Australian friends, but guess what? They bring zero fans. Okay,
yeah,
they don't buy tickets. This center on Anna Marie Island is costing me $8,000 for the 2 days.
yeah,
Eight.
yeah,
That's not including the ring, the
yeah,
chairs, the USA boxing sanction, what I have to pay, and I have to possibly get hotels for 8 officials. And then I got to pay $250 for a room to have people weigh in. I mean, when I get said and done, it's going to be a $17,000 to $20,000 operation.
yeah,
So even if I had 100 people sign up at $180, I'm still down 2 grand.
yeah.
Okay.
And here's the thing, and here's what people really need to understand is that because Masters is so spread out, you don't get what most of the events get crowd wise. And the Masters can be very deceptive because look, a room can look extremely full, right?
Yeah.
So you could have, I'll give you an example with my event. All right, my event was packed. It was packed. We had people standing up. We had people like everywhere, right?
Mhm.
What people don't realize is, okay, there's 3 rings going at one time. How many boxers do you think are in there?
Yep.
All right, so I have more than 100 boxers, so that's 100 people in the crowd. Then their
They train it.
coaches,
Yep.
okay, and so on and so forth. So it might look like, wow, this is incredible. This is great turnout and all. And don't get me
Yep.
wrong, we had a good turnout, and by no means am I complaining or anything. But I think people get this misconception that and don't
They're making 20,
understand how
30,000.
Masters
Yeah.
is different.
Yeah.
We had in this is Las Vegas where they call it the capital of boxing, whatever, all that. We had 7 locals. 7 locals. Everybody else was from out of town, and most of them were from out of state.
Yep.
So when you talk about like crowds and stuff like that, there's not going to be a huge crowd just because it's spread out. There's a
Sure.
lot of people that are
Sure.
from different states and all
Yeah.
that. So just understand that. Just understand that this isn't a money heist, a money grab, or anything like that.
No,
I'll
no.
tell you, every time a tournament's over, I'll be real with you. I keep saying it's my last one. You know what I mean? Just because of
Oh.
the frustration and all the time that you put into it, and then you think like, okay, at least I made $400, and then there's a refund you gotta do. You know what I mean, or
Well,
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
it's so
So
funny you said $400. You know my story. The first tournament we did,
yeah, yeah,
we got done, and we were sitting in bed, and my wife and I did a live thing, and we made $516,
yeah,
and we had worked on it for like 9 weeks straight.
yeah,
And I won't say who, but you know who, because I know
yeah,
you know
yeah,
he's the kind of person
yeah,
he
yeah,
is. And you guessed it. Put it that way.
yeah,
He sent me a little something in the mail to say, we appreciate your effort and thank you, Paul.
yeah,
And and
yeah.
but like that's how close the margin is. It isn't like,
Yeah.
we're gonna make you a 7,000 or 10,000. No, it's like, will
Yeah.
I lose money,
Yeah.
or break even?
Yeah,
You
every
know?
tournament that I've done where like I've started one, like let's say for example like Vegas, the first tournament I did I lost money.
Yep.
The first tournament I did in Jersey I lost money. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's
Sure.
just it happens, you know what I mean? And then once
Yep.
they get established then you can pretty much break even or maybe make a little bit here and there. But for the most part it's we do it because we love to do it.
Sure.
It's something very unique and very special. So let's not get that twisted either. You know what I mean? So,
No, definitely,
but
definitely not.
and I say this to say, without the support though, these go away.
Oh yeah.
So if I always get asked, yo, when's there gonna be a tournament in Florida? I got that asked all the time, all the time. Okay, well here it is. It's in
Yeah.
Florida. Okay, where's the support? So
Yep.
make sure that you support, make sure that you're not just talking, make sure that you're going to be there and compete and have a great time. You know what I mean? That's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? So,
Don't be afraid
so
to register and think you're not going to get your money back if you don't get a fight. If you
yeah,
don't get a fight, I promise you get your money back. Um,
yeah,
I've never taken something for nothing.
yeah,
All right, and so that's our mentality. And you know, um, this is a great time, as you said. They always want it down to Florida. We're bringing it, and now I'm just hoping that everyone lines up to do it.
yeah,
And if you do it early enough, so I can be safe on the matchups, that's the big thing. You know,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
when you try to sign up 10 days before the tournament, now I'm trying to stuff you into a bracket rather than trying to find you the right opponent.
Yeah. And
You know,
also, here's the thing is the more time the earlier you register, the more time you have like we have to match you up to find an opponent for you. There's some people that are very tough to find opponents for.
yeah,
So if you're one of those people and you wait till the last minute, you're asking for a miracle, and a lot of times it's
yeah,
not going to happen. You know what I mean? So just register early, and get it out there, and then that way it's easier to get you a match, and the best chance that you have to get a match. I'll put it at that.
absolutely, absolutely.
So yeah, so we're excited. We're definitely excited. We appreciate you, Paul and Jill, for your guys' time for coming on and talking a little bit about the tournament. A lot of the information is on the website and everything. So if you guys have questions, you guys know the Masters group is always there. So we have other people that can answer some questions as well, like Victor Melendez, who's from out there in Florida,
Oh, he's great.
and different people.
He's great.
That's what the whole group. That's what the whole group is for.
Yep.
Because sometimes we get caught up in things and we don't have the time to answer every single question. But we
Hmm.
have people with experience in the group that are happy to answer questions just like we do. So
Well,
just
you
understand
know,
that as well.
and as I said, my phone number is 941-812-8866. I try to answer it every time it rings.
Yeah.
So if you have a question that you just really, you can either text me there and I'll get back as soon as possible, or call me and I try to answer. So,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Well, if you have anything else, champ, anything you want to finish up with, whatnot.
No, just no, just thank you, Manny, to you for honestly being involved with this for like 30 years. And is it 30 or 20?
It's like 23, I think, something like
23. You've
that.
been
I don't
involved with
know.
this for
It's
23
been a
years.
minute.
Okay.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute, yeah. I've been around with this since like 2011,
Yeah.
and it's I appreciate all the effort that you put into this. And once again, I want to say thank you to my beautiful wife because I'm kind of nuts, and so she yeah and she knows that my heart's in the right spot. And we're trying our best, and we just want people to have fun. So sign up,
Absolutely.
chin down, hands up. Let's go forward.
There you go. There you go. All right. All right. Well, if you guys have any other questions, post them up on the chat, and we can always get back to it later.
Yep.
Thank you, Paul and Jill, for tuning in and again sharing your guys' information with us for the tournament
Sure.
and clearing up any questions or anything like that. I think it's pretty clear, what to expect and everything. So I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of people are. Those of you that haven't registered that plan to compete in this tournament, make sure you register as soon as possible. The sooner the
Hmm.
better. It's just best so you can get a match, and proper match as well. So
That's it.
so
That's the
just
big
make
thing.
sure
Safe.
you do your diligence. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
all right. Well, that's all we
All right,
have.
brother.
Um, thank you again, and we'll see you guys in the near future.
All right. Much love, Manny. You're the best.
All right. You guys take care.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
All right. All right, everybody. That was Paul and Jill Iannuzzi, the creators and the hosts for the Florida tournament, the Rude Dog tournament on the beach, like by the beach, like right next to the beach. Again, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, all of you will be out there. I do want to send out a special shout out to Dan Borum, who is battling cancer right now. He just had his first treatment. Good luck to you, champ. We're with you. Let's knock that out. Can't wait to see you back in the ring in the near future. Michael Laughlin from Northern California. What's going on, champ? Looks like you're going to be going to Florida. Look forward to seeing you there as well. Rick Avery's in the house. What's going on, champ? Yeah. Ray Monso, Lloyd Wickley. Lloyd, I'll get you the information and make sure that your registration went through. Cesar Rodriguez, everybody that tuned in. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to do some more of the live streams now. We're going to be a little bit more consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. A little bit more consistent and everything. And again, anybody that would like to be a sponsor or knows someone that might be a sponsor, might be a good fit for them, let us know. We'd love to hear from you guys. We can always do some special things for you guys, like commercials, different things. Just like this one here that we have from one of our own master boxing coaches and whatnot.
A new way is here. Free from the time-worn, the tried, and no longer true. Beyond the foregone conclusions of past limitations, a new way is here. The challenge is now defined for and by the people. The lessons are learned and turned upon the heads of those who cling to the way it was. Driven by the promise of strength, guided by the horizon of triumph. There is a new way. We feel it in our hearts, and we move it with our muscles.
That's right, Punch Gunk. I don't know if anybody has tried that before, but I have. It works extremely well. If I was to compare it, I would say it's icy hot on steroids. It really relaxes the muscles, helps recovery. I really like it. It's a great product. I definitely would stamp it as a great product. So shout out to Punch Gunk. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Next week we'll go live again. We'll put some things together. We have some awards that we want to definitely present and get out to you guys. It's been a minute since we did that, and it's time that we do it again. But thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything like that, let me know. Next week, we'll talk a little bit more about some of the other tournaments that'll be going on as well, from San Diego to New Jersey. We also have the Midwest. We have, who else? Who else do we have confirmed? Oh, we have a one-day event that's taking place in Southern California. So we'll talk a little bit more next week about some of these other events and where they're going to be held, give you guys out some more information. So that way, those of you that can participate in some of these, make sure you participate. The support is really what's important. All right. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your, enjoy your weekend coming up. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. Take care.